Well, good morning and welcome back to Saturday Morning Glory with Lady G. How is everybody doing? Now, did y'all get y'all proper night's rest so you can get up and defeat the challenges that we're going to have today? Because sometimes, days bring challenges, but we can defeat them with the proper amount of rest. Listen, y'all, before we get into what we're getting into, let me tell you what I'm drinking. This morning, I made some dandelion tea and I put a little drop of oregano essential oil because the winter months are coming, and what we do want to do is we want to build up our immune system and we want to flush all the bad stuff out. So oregano is good for your respiratory, your immune system. That's what I'm told. I'm not a doctor, but that's what I'm told. So it don't hurt you, so why not try it? That's good, y'all. Dandelion tea. Yes, indeed. Y'all see that? That is delicious. And it's nice and hot because I just made it, y'all. Okay, y'all, well, let's go ahead and get into what we came to get into. Y'all, this morning, the Lord woke me up. It was about 3 o'clock this morning. And I woke up and I was sitting there. I was like, wow. And I was thinking about a lot of current events and things that have been going on in the world. Because y'all know it's a lot of stuff going on, right? It's a whole heap of stuff going on. Well, y'all know one of the main topics, the main things that's trending on TikTok and social media today is the Shanquella Robinson situation. Y'all, that's a sad situation. May she rest in peace. I pray for her family. Y'all, but it's so important to know those that we are hanging around. The Bible tells us to know those that labor among you. It's important to know. So as I was thinking about with her and her family and what they might be going through, I thought about the alleged people that unalived her. They ran across my mind, and I started saying, wow, were there not any signs? Did she not know? Was there not anything said that caused her to be alert, or to cause her to be alarmed, or to cause her to be cautious? Did something happen? Did they say something? Did they do something down through the years that made her look at them like they kind of suspect? And did she just ignore it, blow it off, or take it, or they just playing or joking? Well, as I was thinking along those lines, I started thinking about a scripture, and it brought a story in the book to mind. But on top of that, it brought something to mind that my pastor, I tell you, Pastor Andre Prude is the bomb. And he said a phrase, he said a phrase some years ago, and it stuck with me. And that phrase is, if you bump the cup, what's in it will come out. And so as I was laying there thinking this morning about this situation and what happened with her friends and this, everything that surrounded that was just iffy and shaky. But what I thought about, y'all, was this. What Pastor Andre Prude said, if you bump the cup, what's in it will come out. And I want to say this, make sure you examine the contents. Listen, I'm thinking about a story in the book, and the story is about King Saul and David. Now, David was a little boy, and how their paths crossed was, there was a giant in the land, and he was saying, challenging the children of Israel to come and fight him. And he said, if y'all fight me, we're going to come bow down and worship y'all if y'all win. And if we win, y'all got to come over here and to the Philistines land, and y'all got to bow down and worship us. Well, there were soldiers lined up, honey. It was so many soldiers. And this particular day, David's father told him to go and take his brothers some food to the front line. Well, when David got there, he heard this Philistine person just cussing and calling God all kind of names and talking about the children of Israel. And David was like, wait a minute, who is this uncircumcised Philistine cussing and calling our God all these different kinds of names? So he went up there to take his brothers the food that his father had given him. And the brother was like, what are you doing up here? You need to go ahead and mind them little old bitty sheep. People always trying to downplay you. They always trying to make you feel light, little, and low about yourself when they really have insecurities within themselves. Because the brothers was going out there taking the challenge. Nobody would take the challenge of Goliath. Well, David heard him cussing and swearing and talking about God. So David said, I'll fight him. They was like, oh man, you just a little old runt. Now Saul was king at that time. And Saul said, whoever can fight and conquer this giant, look, I got something for you. You're going to have money, you're going to have position, and you can marry my daughter, one of my daughters. Honey, David was like, ooh, okay. David didn't care nothing about all of that. What David did care about, he cared about the name of God being defamed and being talked about and being talked down to. He didn't like that. So he said, who gonna defile the name of my God? So honey, David, long story short, because this is not where I'm really going, I'm just giving you a segue into where we are going. So David went out there and he said, I'll fight him. So some of them scared soldiers, grown men, went back, because David was a little boy now. And so they went back and said, King, we got somebody that's gonna challenge and somebody gonna fight Goliath. So he said, bring him to me. They found out it was David. So the king was like, you kind of little. How you going to fight this big old giant? I got these grown men, and they don't want to fight him. How you going to fight him and you just a little boy? Well, David said, let me tell you something. I was out there minding my father's sheep, and the bear came out and tried to take one of them sheep, and I went and I ripped that bear to pieces. I wore him out. Yeah, if you see me in a fight with a bear, help the bear. Don't help me. He said, another thing? A lion came, honey. I was minding my father's sheep, minding my business. Me, the little boy. And a lion came out and took one of the sheep. I went and I killed that lion and I took the sheep and everything is well. So I just want to tell you, honey, don't shortchange me. So Saul was impressed. He's like, okay, since you done did all that, listen, you go ahead and you put on my helmet, you put on my armor, and you can have my sword. They was like, that stuff too heavy. I have not been proven in that. I have not been tested and tried in that. Let me just go and be me. It's so important to be you, okay? So listen, David went out there. All he had was a slingshot, honey. He went by the brook and picked up him a couple of smooth stones. And honey, when he went out there to face down in the valley to face that giant, Goliath started laughing at him, honey. Y'all send me this little boy. You better go home, you little boy. Oh, he was calling him names and talking down to him. But David said, you came to me with swearing and all this stuff. He said, but I come to you in the name of the Lord. Honey, Goliath was laughing and tilting his head back and laughing that they sent this little boy to fight a big old giant. Honey, David put that one rock, put it in that slingshot, wow, and hit Goliath in the head, and you know the rest of the story. If you don't, go look at it in 1 Samuel. Go look at it. Well, David did what he had to do. I'm not going to talk about a lot of it because I don't want them to ban me because of this or that. So anyway, David did what he had to do to show proof that the giant was unalive. Well, that brings us on forward. Come on, fast forward with me. We're going to fast forward. Fast forward, David was now an older man now. He was a young man. And now Saul was impressed by David. So now David is in the army, in Saul's army, and he's going out fighting wars and fighting battles. Well, this particular day, y'all, Saul and David went out to fight battles. Now, it was customary whenever the king would come back from fighting and winning a battle, that the women would get their tambourines and they get their music and they would dance and sing. Oh, Saul killed this many. Oh, Saul, long live Saul. Yeah, Saul is the king. Go, Saul. Go, Saul. Go, Saul. They were just singing and praising him and boosting him up. Well, honey, this particular day, guess what happened? Honey, David went out to battle with Saul. Honey, and when David killed 10,000, Saul he unalived 1,000. Well, let me tell you what happened. Saul was not happy, baby. Saul was so upset because when he got back to home, when he got back to their land and back home, the women started singing. But the word to the song had changed. They said, woo, Saul did unalive. I have to say unalive, y'all, but y'all know what I mean. Saul unalive 1,000. David unalive 10,000. Saul unalive 1,000. David unalive 10,000. Honey, Saul got mad. Saul said, wait a minute. He robbing me of my thunder. Wait a minute. Wait, hold up. How he just going to take my praise, my glory? Honey, Saul got jealous. He was so upset because now David, in his mind, David had stole his thunder. In his mind, David had gotten his cheers. In his mind, David had stole his Grammy, his Emmy, his People's Choice Award. Honey, he stole it. He walked on the red carpet and took his thunder. Well, now they were sitting down at a table because the Bible says that the Lord will prepare a table before you. And the Lord will prepare a table in the midst of your enemies. He will prepare a table, honey. So the table was spread and the feast of the Lord was going on. But Saul, all he can hear was the singing. All he can hear is how they were praising David and talking about how he did more than him, how he had 10,000 and Saul only had 1,000. Honey, Saul got so mad he took his dagger and his javelin, he threw it at David. But David, honey, he dodged, honey, and the javelin stuck in the wall. It was that moment David knew that Saul was after his life. Honey, David began to run for his life. It came to pass that he was running and running and running. He had to run. So my thing is, and if I would give you a title for today's devotional, it is, if you bump the cup, what's in it gonna come out? Saul was okay with David as long as he was on top. as long as he got sung the highest praise, as long as the people appeared to like Saul more than they like David, David was okay. Some people don't like you, honey, just because the people they want to like them like you and don't like them, don't care for them. They like you more than they like them. So they begin to dislike you because of the people that do like you. Some people just jealous of you. So it made me wonder, with Miss Shanquilla Robinson, Lord Shanquilla Robinson, bless her heart, did they ever show any signs? Was the cup ever bumped? See, the cup of envy was bumped with Saul. The cup of jealousy was bumped with Saul. The cup of competition was bumped with Saul. And when the cup was bumped, jealousy rolled out. When the cup was bumped, envy rolled out. When the cup was bumped, hatred rolled out. So what's in the cup is going to come out. If you bump the cup, what's in it will come out. So Saul's anger came out. His jealousy came out. So I want to encourage you today. Learn the people that are around you. Learn the people that you're hanging with. Learn the people that you're calling your friend. Have you bumped the cup? Have they said something to you and say, girl, I was just playing. Oh, dog, you know, man, it ain't nothing. We still cool. No. When the contents come out, examine the contents. Find out what's in that cup. And once you find out what's in that cup, Maya Angelou said it better. She said that when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Stop giving people second and third and fourth chances to hurt you. Stop giving people the chance to mistreat you and down you and talk about you and ridicule you. Stop letting them do it. Don't let them do it. So I just came in the garden this morning to encourage you on this morning to let you know, if you bump the cup, what's in it is gonna come out. I don't care how people smile in your face and act like they love you. If you bump the cup, what's in it is gonna come out. If you make them mad, if you disappoint them, if their feelings get hurt, or if they misinterpret something you said and they come all out the bag on you, that's how they really feel about you. If they start calling you all kind of names and start talking about you with your other friends, that's how they really care about you. So if you bump the cup, what's in it will come out. But please examine the contents. Well, y'all, I'm getting ready to get up out of here, but I want to thank you for taking your time to look at my video. I want to remind you to please like and share this video. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And if you have, why don't you send this video out to the last 4 people that you text on last week and let them know that if you bump the cup, what's in it is going to come out, and make sure you examine the content. Well, this is Lady G, and until the next upload, I want y'all to go out there today and have a blessed and wonderful day, and I want you to have a wonderful day. You got it, on purpose. Until the next upload. Later, y'all.